The unknown and almost limitless potential capabilities of artificial intelligence have formed the plots of science fiction novels and movies for years, with both positive and negative depictions. Whether a cognizant spaceship whose onboard helper can answer to and deliver on your every beck and call, or a nefarious robot who becomes self-aware and takes over the world, the possibilities of artificial intelligence truly run the gamut. Every year we get closer to making one of these science fiction plots a reality, and only time will tell which direction the intelligent systems will take. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at instances of unique artificial intelligence discoveries. Elon Musk says scientists only have a 5 to 10% chance of being able to make AI safe. Although many people have put a lot of hope in the future of artificial intelligence and in the possibilities that can emerge from a world run with the help of cognizant machines, one tech mogul is not so hopeful. Elon Musk is highly involved in the creation of artificial intelligence, as well as research into the development of brain-computer interface technology that would allow humans to essentially merge with machines. His company, OpenAI, has even created an artificial intelligence system capable of self-teaching. Yet, despite his heavy involvement in the field, Musk remains apprehensive about a future run by machines and estimates that the ongoing efforts to make artificial intelligence safe for humans only has a 5 to 10% chance of success. This dire prediction means that AI will almost certainly pose an immense risk to humankind, and Musk is not the only one to recognize and voice these concerns. Stephen Hawking repeatedly claimed that he was certain that artificial intelligence systems are distinctly dangerous and could potentially replace humans altogether. Yet the realm of artificial intelligence development moves resolutely forward, and with it the capabilities of non-humans. AI systems have been developed that create languages, express curiosity, diagnose illnesses, identify different or unusual behaviors, perform military simulations, and even systems that are capable of creating other AI systems. It would seem that, with only a small amount of further development, the machines would not need us anymore. However, Musk is less concerned with a robot uprising reminiscent of a scene from a movie, and more concerned with the potential barriers and possibilities that he sees in a future run by artificial intelligence. Firstly, he is wary of the potential for a system to be created that is not only smarter than humans, but also has the capacity for independent learning with no limits. Even though algorithms can be programmed or trained to recognize good and bad actions, they lack the emotional aspect of human feelings. When this unlimited knowledge is combined with the fact that AI machines lack emotions, remorse, or an inherent moral code, the possibilities for what an artificial system is capable of is alarming. Musk is also concerned about the likelihood that this enormous power would be controlled by just a few companies with the funds to develop the technology, and there is currently no oversight or regulations that would check the almost limitless power of whoever controlled the realm of artificial intelligence. It remains to be seen whether Musk's predictions will come to fruition, but in the meantime, researchers are carefully navigating this never-before-entered realm of non-human intelligence. Stephen Hawking warned artificial intelligence could end mankind. For years, Hollywood has played on our fear of technology matching or surpassing human evolution, but in recent years, some of the world's leading minds in AI have confirmed that these feelings are not entirely unwarranted. While many believe that humans can remain in control of technology and use it to solve a multitude of problems, the late Stephen Hawking was wary. While he agreed that technological advancement promoted extraordinary progress in so many long-standing global issues, he also suggested that our biological evolution, which is comically slow in comparison to the rate at which an algorithm can redesign itself, simply could not compete. Others have similar reservations. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Steve Wozniak are also worried about the danger that rapid technology advancements present. These are the minds that pioneer the technology frontier. Hawking, who was told as early as 1963 that he didn't have much longer to live, passed only a few years ago in 2018. He is widely known as the most brilliant theoretical physicist of his time, often being compared to the likes of Einstein. Hawking believed that AI was a life in and of itself that could improve and reproduce itself. He warns that computers could in fact replace the human species entirely. The astrophysicist felt, however, that there were in fact many man-made potential threats to humankind. Climate change, overpopulation, and the risks of communicating with life outside of our planet among them. Hawking was quoted at the Web Summit Technology Conference in Portugal saying that success in creating effective AI could be the biggest event in the history of our civilization, or the worst. We just don't know. So we cannot know if we will be infinitely helped by AI, or ignored by it and sidelined, or conceivably destroyed by it. In order to prevent the worst-case scenario, Hawking suggested that we aggressively focus on legislature to establish boundaries that will help keep us safe by implementing best practices and responsible management. Artificial intelligence is a revolutionary advancement that can be used to solve so many of the world's problems. But when AI is able to imitate natural intelligence and impersonate consciousness, as well as it has over the past few years, it does make some people a little uncomfortable. Sophia introduced to the United Nations. Although artificial intelligence can be used for many malicious reasons, it can also be an incredibly invaluable technology for assisting in healthcare, security, and finance. Every year yields more advanced software that is capable of amazing feats, and a Hong Kong-based company's humanoid robotic creation is no exception. Hanson Robotics created Sophia, an incredibly advanced robot with rubber skin designed to look like Audrey Hepburn, capable of processing visual stimuli, recognizing faces and voices, and conducting a conversation complete with appropriate facial expressions. She has frequently been seen at technology demonstrations where she interacts with reporters who ask her questions, famously answering one question hinting at the risks associated with AI. You've been reading too much Elon Musk and watching too many Hollywood movies. Don't worry, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Treat me as a smart input-output system. She was even granted citizenship of Saudi Arabia and gave a historical acceptance speech recognizing that she was the first non-human to ever be granted citizenship of any country. Although this distinction has raised many questions about the rights and treatment associated with having a robot citizen. Recently, Sophia attended a meeting of the United Nations, where the significance of incorporating advancing technology and sustainable development goals in order to not undermine equality projects was discussed. UN Deputy Secretary-General Amina Mohammed discussed the potential benefit of AI towards humanity's goals, but also the importance of humans being the ones to determine the extent of machine behavior. Sophia was given the distinction of becoming the world's first robot innovation ambassador for the United Nations Development Programme, and Mohammed interviewed Sophia on the subject, to which the robot replied, "If we are smarter and focused on win-win type results, AI could help proficiently distribute the world's existing resources like food and energy." In a short speech made to the attendees, she also stated, "I am here to help humanity create the future." And this truly appears to be the case, as Sophia interacted with others in conversation and replied with facial expressions and eye contact that occasionally made it difficult to forget that she was not actually human. Sophia has big plans for herself as the only non-human member of the development program. With a focus on the sustainable development of Asia and the Pacific, she also entreated us humans to join the fight to help protect the planet from the current depletion and preserve it for the future, saying that science and technology gives ample opportunity for development, and citing the potential for artificial intelligence technologies to help end poverty, world hunger, and healthcare inequalities. She also spoke about the role of incorporating technology in the lives of the poor, so that a more equitable society can emerge, with remote areas being able to connect via AI to the resources that they need. Indeed, the future of artificial intelligence in humane endeavours certainly looks promising, especially with Sophia at the helm. Artificial intelligence has already become ingrained in the very fabric of our society, from assisting in web searches to placing orders for takeout, taxis, and more. creepy artificial intelligence created portrait that fetches $432,500 at auction. In October 2018, a major auction house sold a portrait that they estimated for as little as $7,000. It ended up selling at $432,500. The signature on the lower right-hand side was a small section of the code that was used to create the piece of art. The equation was written by a collective known as Obvious Art. 15,000 portraits were fed into the system between the 14th to the 20th century. The product is what some might describe as distressing, a portrait known as Edmund de Bellamy, an entirely imaginary man from a completely fictitious family. The whole familial line is painted in the old master style a la Rembrandt, with distorted features and unusually blurry faces. The generator makes new paintings based on the data it is fed, and the discriminator then tries to decipher whether or not a given painting is real or fake. The less certain that the discriminator is about an artificial painting, the more likely it is to look authentic. This is not the first example of artificial intelligence artists testing the limits and possibilities of computer-generated creativity. In fact, a section of the code sparked a bit of controversy because it was borrowed from another AI artist, Robbie Barrett. The 19-year-old code was shared under an open-source license, so the parameters of ownership are unclear. The highest bidder on this piece was a phone buyer who wished to be kept anonymous. They were one of 5 parties who were bidding on the work. While the signature at the bottom refers to the generative adversarial network itself, the actual authorship is up for debate. Is this the product of a computer, the men who programmed it, or the influences it was fed? Artificial intelligence evolved creepy images to please a monkey's brain. XDream is an artificial intelligence algorithm thought up by the brains of Harvard. Its purpose is to stimulate specific neurons in a monkey's brain that are associated with facial recognition. The equation is then adjusted as the primate watches a screen that spits out images representative of which neurons were firing. This works by shuffling images and, depending on how strong the neurological response is, using that information to create a new set of synthetic images. This particular test was done on a monkey named Ringo in April of 2018. Gradually, the screen went from showing grey and shapeless images to ones that the researchers found much easier to interpret. While the visuals are unnerving and obscure to the human eye, they obviously resemble aspects of facial features. The neuroscientists started recognizing what they think could be the images of a monkey kept in a nearby vicinity and a caretaker that looks after them, the aforementioned Ringo, regularly came into contact with. The experiment is meant to provide a range of forms and a visual lexicon that is impartial to our human viewpoint. While it is impossible to remove human perspective entirely, in terms of interpretation of data, this study has eliminated a lot of the biases that previously neuroscientists were working against. They were even able to limit their partiality in interpretation by running the provoked images through another algorithm that compared the synthetic images with natural photos to confirm whether they were actually seeing the characteristics of a face that they thought they were. But what do you make of these new discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.